Hello, I'm Jovita Moore with an amazing story to tell you. In 1989, a group of 12 passionate and idealistic friends came up with a plan. They wondered what would be accomplished if they put together community partnerships with volunteer action. The results made history. What began with just a handful of dedicated individuals has grown into Hands On Atlanta, a powerful volunteer corps of thousands. Hold on, the story just gets better. That effort sparked a movement that grew beyond Atlanta, eventually birthing a parent organization called Hands On Network. Hands On has more than 60 affiliates in the United States and overseas. And there's more. That impact became even greater when Hands On Network merged with the Points of Light Foundation earlier this summer. Hands On Atlanta volunteers and Hands On Atlanta AmeriCorps members tutor and mentor children, assist the hungry and homeless, revitalize neighborhoods, provide cultural enrichment, and so much more. Hands On Atlanta is privileged to remain the flagship hands-on agency, effectively partnering with more than 500 schools and nonprofit organizations and communities all around Metro Atlanta. I told you it was an amazing story, but what's a story without a few pictures, some music, and maybe even a smile?
John F. Kennedy is located in the Vine City area. When I arrived at John F. Kennedy, the school was a school, so to speak. There was nothing truly outstanding about it. It was just a bland type, unpainted, if you will, say, school.
A year ago, if you had asked me to describe my school, I would say my school is just a plain, regular middle school.
I had never seen so many volunteers. If I'm not mistaken, I think the count is like 300 to 400 volunteers in one particular day. It was an awesome day when Hands On Atlanta, Hands On Network schools came into our building. They added 16 inspirational sayings in our media center. They added 11 murals throughout the building.
This mural right here is just like every time I say it, all I can do is just smile because the words that it said right here, education is super. It just touched me and just makes me want to just keep going and getting the best kind of education I can.
They also added an outside classroom, which is valued at over $150,000.
Out of all the projects in the school, this is my favorite. Like, I cannot wait to show you and to have classes in our very own outdoor classroom. In our outdoor classroom, I mean, I haven't had a class here yet, but I am so ready and so just like happy to just get out of the classroom and actually come have a class down here.
They planted flowers throughout. They planted trees throughout. The effort and worth and the pride that they put back into the building is priceless, totally priceless.
Big Trees Forest Preserve is a 30-acre forest preserve with about 1.5 miles of walking trails. It's about the size of a 30 football fields. We have a stream that runs through it, and it's really a treasure that was given to us by John Ripley Forbes, who developed the forest system here. This year with Big Trees Forest Preserve, we did about 3,000 volunteer hours out here. There's really only one person out here that runs the entire operation, so without the volunteers, this work would not get done. Hands On Atlanta really connects the volunteers with the various projects throughout the city, using their website, and also when larger corporate groups want to volunteer at a particular place, they'll have those groups contact the Hands On Atlanta office. Without the Hands on Atlanta volunteers, there would be no way that we could maintain the forest. With all the budgetary cuts that take place in the cities and counties, it would be an impossibility to afford the people to come out and do what the volunteers do.
Help me, Grandma.
Trying to put a value on it would be very difficult. Again, I think it's really a priceless type of gift that the volunteers give out here, and without them, we just could not get this done.
My name is Christine Foster. I am 104. I'm from Cayenne County.
What's the secret to living so long?
I don't know. I'm doing right and treating folk right.
Miss Christine is this beautiful lady. I know that she's been in this community a long time, and I think she's an inspiration for the East Washington community. East Washington is a high-risk, low-income community. The majority black population, but with a very strong Latino population as well. And Village Keepers, we're a community center, and we provide things like GED, Spanish as a second language, English as a second language, parenting. We have an after-school program, also a summer program, because these kids in this neighborhood would otherwise not have any place to go. So we try to make sure that there's some place for them to go other than hanging in the streets. Hands on Atlanta volunteers come in and they work in conjunction with Village Keepers staff to promote the projects, to reach out into the community in whatever area, whatever capacity that they're needed in. So when Miss Christina's birthday rolled around, we kind of discovered her and everybody wanted to celebrate her. Tanya, Eric, and Maria pretty much spearheaded the program to put it together to make sure that it was a success. I think that Hands on Atlanta volunteers bring a certain amount of expertise to the program that just regular community volunteers would not. They pretty much went out and solicited donations, solicited people to come in and give their input, and to pretty much help us to put together the program that would give her the recognition that she deserved. One of our Hands on Atlanta volunteers decided to serenade Miss Christine.
Yeah, I don't know who he was. He was a little young boy, but he sung, and my niece fell in love with him. I liked his singing.
I heard you fell in love with him.
Yeah, honey, he was a pretty little boy.
I think it's awesome that Hands on Atlanta has allowed themselves to come into communities like this, to partner with grassroots agencies in order to bring in new ideas and new insights into neighborhoods that otherwise would not get this. The Hands on Atlanta volunteers bring a certain amount of professionalism and, of course, a lot of compassion and caring into our community.
Well, I thank them all. Yeah, I thank them, man.
Now that's a story. I think you see how much Hands on Atlanta volunteers mean to the life of our city and its people. And did you notice the one word, priceless, that kept coming up over and over again when describing Hands on Atlanta volunteers? Hands on Atlanta programs provide the recruitment, training, and ongoing support that our volunteers need to go out into the community and make such a remarkable difference. Last year, Hands on Atlanta engaged volunteers in more than 18,000 service projects, helping victims of disasters, helping students meet and maintain grade level, repairing homes of senior citizens, adopting homeless pets, and beautifying our public spaces. Because I know you care as much about Atlanta as I do, I'm asking you to consider a gift that will help Hands on Atlanta continue to impact communities like East Washington and citizens like Miss Christine. Do something good. Give to Hands on Atlanta today.